This is George Dionne for KNAC.com, and I'm here with Philip Winters, vocalist and guitarist for Tyrant. If I knew absolutely nothing about Tyrant, how would you describe the band's music to me?
Um, I don't know. It's one thing I always say is it's loud, fast power. You know what I'm saying? We kind of really draw as much power from the music as possible in our experiences. So, it's just good heavy metal.
I'd liken it a little bit to the classic speed metal of the
Yeah.
early 80s, but with a more sonic boom to it.
Yeah.
How long has the Tyrant been together?
Andrew and I formed the band back in 2012 when we were still in high school. So 10 years this year, I guess, which is crazy to think about.
So Tyrant has been the only band that either one of you have been a part of?
Yep.
Awesome. And whereabouts did you come up with the Tyrant band name? Because I have to say, there's a couple out there already.
Right. I don't know. We just thought it was a really cool band name. We've always been a fan of those single word band names, like Kiss, Pantera, Megadeth, Metallica, whatever. And it just seemed to fit. We kind of wanted to be like a crushing metal force, and we took that very literally. And we took the time to research the name and the copyrights, trademarks, service marks, and nobody took it. So we did. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And on September 30th, you have a new album coming out. It's called The Lowest Level. It's on Pavement Entertainment. Is this, I've been listening to this album and trying to hone in on the lyrics and looking at the titles. Is this a concept album?
Not necessarily. I think the overarching theme is kind of like a place of desperation. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been sitting at home the past 2 years, due to COVID and everything. So a lot of it's from frustration of not being able to play shows or even do anything. So not necessarily a concept album, but there's a lot of themes that kind of intertwine with each other throughout the album.
So are you and your brother Andrew the main songwriters for Tyrant?
Yeah. So a lot of the material we had written already, and then Chuck and Sal, they joined us almost a year ago, and so they kind of came in when the songs had their basic structure and everything, and they kind of pitched ideas and they wrote their parts. So they definitely contributed, but Andrew and I have pretty much wrote most of it, and then those guys absolutely killed their parts. You know what I'm saying? Like Chuck's solos are phenomenal. Same with Sal's parts too.
You have a single out. I guess they're called singles still. You have a video
Yeah.
and a promotional song out. It's called The Persuader. So if you want to talk a little bit about the meaning behind that song.
So that one is kind of about, and I know this is going to sound a little sophomoric, but it's just about raw firepower, firearms, and how easily firearms or firepower can be persuasive. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And it kind of takes the form of this kind of omnipotent thing. You know what I'm saying? That it's like I am the jury and I am the judge. You know.
Do you plan a second single from the album?
Well, we led with "Pray for the Night" on October 30th, and then we did a video for that one. We did a video for that one on our YouTube, and so we have two singles out right now. And with the album coming out this Friday, I think we're just gonna save the rest.
Fair enough. The artwork is fantastic, certainly in the vein of old school artwork. It's done by Daniel Porta. So
Yep.
how did you get connected with him?
So Daniel does a lot of artwork for bands within the niche, the subgenre. He does artwork for like Unto Others, Haunt, a bunch of other really great like traditional metal bands, speed metal bands, within that same vein of our material. And it's funny, I had never heard of him until Sal, our bass player, showed me some of his artwork, and and it would just seem like a good fit, you know.
Absolutely. And some of the Haunt, you mentioned Haunt, and some of their artwork is just fantastic on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Haunt, kind of a tangent. I saw Haunt in Detroit a week or two ago, and those guys are fantastic. I don't know if you're a fan, but Trevor just pumps out music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of material to take in. I am a fan, but it's a lot of material to take in.
It is. It can be overwhelming.
You have a vinyl release for this album. Is this the band's first vinyl?
Yeah, we have 2 vinyls available for pre-order still on our website and our Bandcamp. But yeah, this is our first time pressing vinyl, and the response has been pretty welcoming and kind of mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? Like pre-orders from Japan, and one dude from Greece literally bought one of everything on the website. So, but yeah, it's our first time doing vinyl, and it's something we've been wanting to do for a while. All of us are big vinyl guys. So,
is there a vinyl in your collection that you would consider your prized vinyl?
That's kind of a tough one.
Well, you probably have like 500 vinyls like I do.
I don't have that many yet. I'm a little over 100 at this point. I think one of my favorites is the Mars Volta. I got it for my birthday last year. It's the Mars Volta Deloused in the Comatorium, because that one's a reissue from. It's kind of like a cult classic if you're a prog rock fan. But it's this super awesome, like gold and black marble, double gatefold, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, I've actually been listening to that one this week on my record player. So it's a great record.
Awesome. And the lowest level was mixed and mastered by Alex Para of Second Sight Sound. Was that somebody that the label hooks you up with, or somebody you discovered on your own?
So I know Alex from Paladin and Sadistic Ritual, and I actually listened to the Sadistic Ritual and liked the mix and master so much that I reached out to him, and he's a great guy. He's from Atlanta, which is where Sal's from, so Sal knows him down in that local scene as well. But yeah, he's just been fantastic to work with, and super responsive, and he knew exactly what we wanted, because we had a couple people we've worked with in the past, but we always felt like the mix and masters kind of got sterilized. All the drum samples were replaced, and everything was just, it tried too hard to be polished. You know what I'm saying? And with this one, we wanted to use everything we recorded. All of the drums on there are Andrew's real drum set, the one sitting behind me. All of it is everything we recorded and all the sounds we captured. So, it was very important for us to have it sound as close to our real sound as possible.
And speaking of your real sound, you guys did a short summer tour. Did you debut some of the new material out on the tour? Yeah,
I think we played 4 or 5 new songs, 4 songs. But we didn't want to play all of it to give too much of it away. But, it was kind of cool to see how well the new songs were received, especially in a live setting.
You played a festival called the Full Terra Assault, or FTA Open Air Festival in Illinois. How was that experience?
That was awesome. That was our first big metal festival. And we were in the middle of nowhere, like in the woods in Southern Illinois, and it was this really beautiful campground. Everybody was just so excited to just sit there and listen to metal and party, and everybody was super nice and friendly, and you could spark up a conversation with anyone. And yeah, it was a great time. We played the main stage, which was huge, like the biggest stage we've ever played, and so it was a bit overwhelming, but it was a great time nonetheless.
You've opened up for some pretty big names in metal. You've opened up for Metal Church and Diamond Head. Had you had a chance to hang out with either of these guys, or is it just strictly business?
One memory that sticks out is when we played with Diamond Head. We just got done playing, and I was putting away my guitar, and Brian Tatler, I think his last name is, came up to me, and he was like, I really like your music, but you know, in his incredibly British accent. And it was so humbling. You know, the dude's been all over the world and, you know, written some metal classics, and to have him just, you know, even a small compliment like that. But yeah, I mean, we never really like hung out, but we definitely chatted with them, and they're always so nice. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you guys were a part of this program that offers incentives to up and coming bands called Taco Bell's Feed the Beat program. I see that one of the things you win is a $500 Taco Bell gift card, which is great.
Yeah.
What else do you get from the from being selected?
So with the Feed the Beat, they did a big promo campaign, and you know, it was written up on like all of the big metal blogs, and they shared all of our music and bios and stuff. But yeah, the big perk was the Taco Bell gift cards, and that was a godsend on the road. But we definitely ate way too much Taco Bell. It was so easy, you know, just go after the show, just go spend 50, $60, and you know.
Now, when I was in high school many moons ago, I actually worked at Taco Bell, and you don't want to know how it's all put together.
Yeah, never learned how the sausage is made.
How did you guys get your deal with Pavement Music?
So we had kind of been label shopping for a while, and you know, we had gotten some offers from a few different record labels, but when we were looking at all of them side by side, you know, Pavement being one that offered a deal, when we were looking at them all side by side, Pavement's deal just made the most sense. They offered a lot of what we were looking for, beyond, you know, just traditional record label stuff, like, you know, doing PR and X, Y, and Z. They, you know, they helped us get endorsement deals and tour solicitation and all that stuff. So, you know, they're kind of like the full package. And yeah, and they're just really nice guys. You know what I'm saying?
With the summer tour behind you, do you have plans for the fall or the winter?
Nothing for fall or winter. We do plan on hitting the road sometime next year, maybe late spring, and do a full US tour. At least that's the tentative plan. And hopefully we can get some good support, tour support opportunities next year, and tour on this new album. But I'd be content if we didn't tour in the winter. We've done that once, and it was a nightmare.
Do you have any other music projects that you're involved in? It seems everybody in a band today has something else.
No, I mean, all of the music Andrew and I work on is for Tyrant. You know, even if we're just messing around on keyboards or using synths or whatever, we're usually just writing ideas that are in some way applicable to the band. This is our main creative outlet.
And because consumers are always interested in what's next, not necessarily what's in front of them, even though the album drops September 30th, are you working on your next effort?
Yeah. Andrew and I have actually been demoing some new songs this past week, and I think we've got two new demos so far. Obviously very rough, but we're trying to be as proactive as possible, and make sure the follow-up is even better.
Excellent. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today, Philip. The name of the band is Tyrant. The new album, The Lowest Level, comes out on September 30th through Pavement Entertainment. It sounds great, and I wish you the best of luck on it. And thanks for taking the time to speak with KNAC.com.
Thanks for having us.